According to a new report, Wendy Williams does not have frontotemporal dementia.
Looks like Wendy might finally be breaking free from that messy guardianship. After some new medical tests came out, it turns out she was intentionally misdiagnosed with a list of mental illnesses she never even had. Can you believe that? What's worse, those same so-called professionals the court assigned to protect her are the ones being accused of setting her up. Wendy's been shouting from the rooftops for months saying, "I'm not crazy," but nobody wanted to hear her out. Even Nicki Minaj jumped in, spilling major tea about what they were doing to Wendy. But folks brushed it off like it was nothing. Nicki apparently did it because she's afraid she might be the next one to get hit with a fake diagnosis and tossed into a conservatorship. But of course, people are ignoring Nicki just like they ignored Wendy until the truth blew up in their faces. All this chaos started a few days ago when TMZ dropped a bomb. Wendy recently went through a series of neurological tests done by a top neurologist in New York. And guess what? He said Wendy never had the illness that kept her trapped under that guardianship for years. Can you imagine? They locked this woman in multiple mental facilities, yanked her TV show away, kept her away from her own family, and filled her up with meds. All because of a so-called illness that wasn't even real. That's some straight-up foul play. And according to Wendy herself, this wasn't some innocent mistake, it was planned. She's saying Wells Fargo had everything to do with it, pulling strings behind the scenes to control her money and do whatever they wanted with it. Wells Fargo's the one who started this entire circus when they claimed Wendy wasn't capable of handling her finances and needed a guardian to stop exploitation. That's when she got slapped with that diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia and aphasia, and from there, her freedom was gone. But here's the shady part. Right after her legal guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, took over, reports came out that Wendy was doing better. So how did she suddenly go from recovering to supposedly having all these illnesses again? Make it make sense. Even Wendy's son, Kevin Jr., wasn't buying it. He jumped into the comments on a post from the Shade Room and called it out. Plain and simple. He said Wendy's own doctor told them her dementia was supposedly alcohol-induced. But for some wild reason, her team was still letting her drink. That's not care, that's control. On top of that, they cut all contact with her family, leaving them totally in the dark about where Wendy was or what was happening to her. This whole situation screams corruption, and it's finally coming to light.
I feel like the Guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
Wendy's been fighting non-stop to break free from that guardianship, but they just won't back off. She's done everything possible. She even brought in her own independent medical evaluations that clearly showed she doesn't have those illnesses they keep labeling her with. Still, they keep pushing the same tired story like they're desperate to keep control of her life. Experts have already said it. People with frontotemporal dementia are supposed to get worse over time, not better. But Wendy's story is the total opposite. Ever since she got clean and sober 3 years ago, she's shown incredible strength and mental clarity. Her progress alone proves something isn't adding up here. Now, TMZ is reporting that Wendy's legal team is gearing up to file some serious paperwork within the next 2 weeks. They're heading straight to court to request a hearing where they'll demand the judge end this guardianship once and for all. And if the judge tries to play hardball and refuses, Wendy's powerhouse lawyer Joe Tina is ready to take it even further. He'll call for a jury trial and ask real people, not just the system, to decide Wendy's freedom. That's huge. When this whole guardianship nightmare started, everyone had one main suspect in mind, Sean. The tension between him and Wendy goes way back, and anyone who's been watching knows he's been trying to take her down for years. Wendy even once claimed that she got an email with photos showing Sean in a very compromising situation during a trip to Mexico. She said she received proof that made her question everything about him. Ever since then, things between them have been nothing but chaos.
She got fired from Hot 97 because she had a picture of Puffy. So if you don't mind, give me the story from your point of view and what was in the picture.
We were in Cancun. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff. He went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. Some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said she had him in a compromising position and like he was gay, something like that. She was gonna put it out. Wendy had shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not gonna get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was gonna boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days before we landed back in New York. Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. She was fired.
And don't forget that wild moment years ago when a 19-year-old artist ended up taking the blame for that messy club incident connected to Sean. Wendy was the only one bold enough to question what really went down. She didn't buy the official story for a second and kept saying the whole situation needed a proper investigation. She even hinted that Sean and J-Lo might have been keeping something hidden from the public. That's how fearless Wendy was. She wasn't afraid to shine light on the secrets everyone else tiptoed around. And long before Cassie ever walked away, Wendy was already calling out Sean's relationship with her, saying something about it just didn't sit right. Turns out, she might have been right all along.
Puffy wants Cassie back. Oh, it's been all over social media. Puffy posted a picture of Michael Jackson's song, Lady in My Life, and wrote, if anyone sees Cassie this weekend, please tell her to listen to this song 100 times. I suggest don't use social media, though, to reach out. I think this is a grand overture from Puffy. I don't believe he really wants her back. I believe he probably treated her at some particular point like a possession, like a possession. And if you really care, then you'd reach out privately, not publicly.
Y'all had bad blood for a while.
Real bad.
Real bad blood.
The worst blood.
The worst blood. You almost wanted to run you out of New York at one point, right? Well, not run, like push you out of New York at one point. He had you ran out. You give him full credit for that? Okay, cool. He had you ran out of New York.
Things got real tense when Sean made a chilling comment about Wendy's teenage son during an interview. Wendy had invited him for what was supposed to be a normal chat, but out of nowhere, he mentioned her son right in the middle of it. You could see Wendy tense up. She instantly knew that wasn't random. People watching felt it too. Many believed Sean wasn't just talking, but sending a warning, like, stay out of my business. The vibe was cold, and everyone could tell he wanted Wendy to back off, or things could get ugly. Nicki Minaj might stir up drama sometimes, but one thing she's not is a liar, and people are finally starting to see it. For the longest time, everyone blamed Sean for what went down with Wendy because of their history, but Nicki's latest claims just flipped the script. She's saying Jay-Z and Roc Nation also had a hand in Wendy's situation, and now they're allegedly trying to pull the same move on her. A few days ago, Nicki went off after Charlamagne did that interview with Gucci Mane and Keishia, and she didn't hold back. She accused Roc Nation of using Charlamagne to help set up Wendy's guardianship, saying, Charlamagne, the fraud, is Jay-Z's friend and business partner, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. That line shook the internet. Nicki reminded everyone that Charlamagne was close to Wendy before her life spiraled, and she warned, the buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet. She's letting everyone know she's not going down quietly. Then Tasha K came through with even more tea. She claimed Roc Nation's allegedly been plotting to do the same thing to Nicki. According to her, the only reason they haven't succeeded is because of Nicki's husband, Kenneth Petty. Since she's married, if anyone ever tried to fake a diagnosis or take control of her finances, her money would legally go straight to her husband. That makes it way harder for anyone to trap her the way Wendy got trapped. And when you look at the pattern, it all fits. Every celebrity who's been thrown into a conservatorship was single at the time. Britney wasn't married, and Wendy was divorced when Wells Fargo got involved. So maybe that's the secret. Being married gives a layer of protection that makes it harder for anyone to pull these power moves.
This is not something that is like a conspiracy theory. This actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nicki and Kenny, that makes Nicki vulnerable because your husband is your power of attorney. Your husband is your signator on all of your accounts in the event anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And so the mere fact that all these narratives are out about Kenny stealing this to buy chains and buy that, that's not what it is. It's like, they got doctors that are giving out these diagnoses saying that she's schizophrenic and bipolar and all of this stuff. And then Kenny's now here. You know, she trusts Kenny. Of course, they've known each other since they were kids. Their families know each other. And so Kenny is just in the way. And so what do? You create narratives to try to separate, because if you separate, then you can divide and conquer. And so that's what it's about. You know, she's going into her latter years and, you know, there's a lot of money on the line and she's worth a lot, but Kenny is in the way. And so, yeah, I mean, look at what they're doing to Wendy Williams. Had Wendy would have still been with Kelvin, they wouldn't have been able to put her under a conservatorship because she has a husband. So, you know, and like I said, there was only one that was accused of stealing.
People need to stop twisting Nicki Minaj's words for real. She doesn't have schizophrenia. Let's get that straight. What's wild is that this whole thing feels way too familiar. Remember how they tried to 5150 Kanye just for being bipolar? It's a mood disorder, not a crime. And then they turned around and tried to take his assets just because he spoke his mind. Meanwhile, Wendy Williams is sitting in some fancy hospital suite while her lawyers burn through her money like it's nothing. It's the same old pattern. Michael Jackson's gone, Britney Spears had to run off to Mexico just to feel free again after years trapped under that conservatorship. And now Wendy's stuck in this twisted system too. What part of this don't people understand? This is an industry takedown. Systemic, planned, and meant to make powerful artists look unstable so others can control their money. And let's be real, Kenneth, Nicki's husband, is a major obstacle for them. All this drama started after Nicki tweeted about that COVID vaccine, and things have been heating up ever since. Now people are speculating that Wendy's misdiagnosis wasn't just some coincidence, like the industry wants us to believe. Word is, they locked her in that guardianship right when Sean's trial was going down, so she couldn't testify about what she supposedly went through with him. But now that the trial's over and she's no longer a threat, suddenly they're ready to let her go free? Sounds way too convenient. And honestly, it all lines up. Wendy took multiple independent tests proving she wasn't sick. No one listened. But right after Sean's trial ended, another test came out and suddenly everyone's taking her seriously. Please, that timing says it all. And now look what's happening. They're trying to label Nicki crazy, right when rumors start swirling that Jay-Z might be next in line for major legal heat after Sean. It's almost like they're playing games right in our faces, expecting everyone to ignore it. But people are waking up. It's getting harder and harder to look away. Fans have plenty to say too. One person online said Wendy's family should sue that doctor who misdiagnosed her with dementia. That mistake ruined her life. Another person pointed out that her condo was sold, her beloved pet was given away, and thousands of dollars worth of clothes and furniture disappeared while she was under that guardianship. It's heartbreaking. Bottom line, free Wendy. But now it's your turn to sound off. What do you think about Wendy finally breaking free from that guardianship? And do you believe Nicki Minaj might really be the next target in this industry game? Do you think Wendy's finally free for good? Or could there be more twists coming? And what's your take on Nicki's situation? Real threat or just rumors gone wild? I really want to know what you think, so drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out till the end. Don't forget to like, share, and if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button for more updates from Star Watch. There's plenty more drama, secrets, and celebrity talk waiting for you. Go check out another video next. Catch you later. Stay sharp and stay tuned.